I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually sort of a bit of excited about this game, actually. Now, first and foremost, we need to go through the things here so that we're on the same page. I've always been talking about Let's Plays, but first we gotta take a look. Oh shoot! I quit the game! I quit the game! Okay, now, if you're a regular follower on my channel, this actually seems like a very new thing for you. And this is actually true because this is also a very new thing for me. But it's not a very new thing for most people because most people have already done this kind of thing with Let's Plays. But yes, I am indeed doing such. I'm actually doing a Let's Play of a game called Undertale. As you can see, I've already played this game a little beforehand, so with this kind of playthrough, I feel like I want to play... I don't want to do this like a daily thing, like doing a Let's Play every single day, but you know what? For this kind of Let's Play, I feel like I want to play until the part where I first left off when I first played it, because I want to talk about this game a little bit when I first... First, let's just boot it up here. And we're back to the flowery field. Flowery field that reminds me a little bit of Majora's Mask. I'm gonna talk a little bit afterwards when I first, because I got this game from a very, very nice fan of mine called Nights to Dreams. So if you're watching me as Nights to Dreams, I cannot thank you enough for this game, because I had no idea what this game was about first and foremost, and I actually looked it up, and from what I've heard from Nights to Dreams, he or she basically told me that this is a game that's if you're into turn-based RPGs, which kind of hit or miss for me honestly, and you like charming gameplay and you like that it's focusing on characters, well, I like those things, and it's you're probably gonna like this one, because this is the kind of game where the whole idea, the whole premise of it, is that nobody dies. Now, that's the kind of Yeah, of course. What do you mean I don't have anything better to do? But the first time he says, so he basically says, hello everyone, but now all of a sudden he basically says, like, why don't you have anything better to do? I'm just starting off this LP, this is my first time! Stop it! That was mean! Okay. And, that's another little thing about the charmingness about the whole game, because, when people talked about this game, they said that was, this is a game that's essentially loved by everyone. Everyone has already talked about this. I had no idea about this. It just shows how much of a gamer I am, where it's like... this game kind of just flew under the radar for me, and I had no idea about this, because when it comes to turn-based RPGs, I'm like, a little bit hit or miss, because it's the kind of gameplay mechanics that I feel is a little bit odd, actually. And what happened here? The flower basically turned evil. But it's not really. He was already evil from the beginning, if you can see that. In this world, it's killed, or he could be killed. Well, okay, that was a bad idea. Just starting off this Let's Play and I'm already about to die. Oh no. Yeah, so of course, how can anyone pass up this to me? If you're a dick! If you're a dick nozzle! Maybe you should call you Dick Flower if that's what you need to do. But what's happening now? Also, high movement of sprite. You go. My mouse is in the way. Oh, hi you. Who just saved my life. Can't take over the ruins. Hi. I supposed to do. So yes, this was a game that was loved by everyone, and again, this was actually kind of under the radar for me, because when it comes to turn-based RPGs, I very rarely actually play turn-based RPGs. Of all the kind of games, I like all kinds of games with platforming, and I like stealth games, but turn-based RPGs I feel very stiff about, if I have to be completely honest. Because it's not the kind of... It's not that I think they're badly designed. I actually think they're very, very well designed, like Pokemon or any of the other kind of Final Fantasy games, for example. It's just that I can't get into them. It's just that the whole combat system where you fight against enemies, so you have to fight, wait for certain animations and stuff like that. I may have patience, but that's the kind of gameplay mechanics that just sort of throw me off a little bit. But when I heard about this game, Viva said that they compare this a lot to Earthbound, like the SNES game that came out from a lot of years ago, and the kind of game that everyone got introduced to thanks to Super Smash Bros., myself included, or even heard about the game. In fact, a lot of games actually I never knew about before Smash Bros., but nevertheless. The kind of vibe I get from this game actually, based on from the mechanics, well, there's another game actually, but I'm gonna talk about when we come to the gameplay mechanics, when it comes to fighting against these enemies. Because we're not actually fighting them. What I said before about the where nobody gets to die, we'll talk about that later on. Oh, by the way, I can't use the buttons. Yes, of course. To trigger several switches, of course. If you see several switches that says what needs to be done, well, you need to do it, because apparently she saved your life, and, well, I owe it to her, I suppose. Oh, I don't really owe anybody. You can't tell me what to do! You want to press the other switch? I will... Okay. Splendid! That's just the kind of thing that I used to say. That's another bit. She already gets a bit bored mark in my book because she says splendid. Because she gets me. That's the kind of thing that I say. But nevertheless. Let's talk about the one thing that's coming up right now. I'm going to show you with the dummy that we're going to fight now. With the kind of game element this reminds me of. Because from what I played about this game, I love it. Like, you know how people usually say that the game of the year is about this? I am pretty sure this game is it. This is it. And this is coming from a person who doesn't really get into turn-based RPGs that much. This actually just might be that game. Because there's a lot of things that you don't really expect from a lot of these games. And this is coming from a person who don't really mind cliches and all that much. But if it's done well, like here for example, the game actually, okay, with the whole game of the year, it basically takes a lot of these elements and it just rolls about the whole simplicity behind the gameplay mechanics. And you will be surprised for how well this is. If you never played this game before, which I highly suggest you do, because if you're watching this gameplay through and you don't want to get spoiled, I'm gonna go through the whole. Chances are I might actually go through the whole thing, and I'm gonna go through a part in this game. I'm gonna go through a specific part of this game where actually it's a huge spoiler, so you don't want to watch that if you want to play the game for yourself. But yeah, from the gameplay mechanics that I talked about, this game, a lot of people compare it to Earthbound. This game actually gives me a sort of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga kind of vibe, because of how in turn-based RPGs you have to wait until the enemy is fighting you. But then, in this kind of turn-based RPG, where you fight exactly like here, Frogget, when you, for example, compliment him, and instead, in any kind of game where you have to attack him, for example, in this kind of turn-based RPG, like in Mario Luigi Superstar Saga or in South Park the game, you have the ability to, or you have the option to just move around to actually defend yourself, instead of actually just wait until to see, oh, the enemy missed you, or the enemy hit you, and you got this amount of damage because the game told you so. I never really liked the kind of game mechanic because it feels very... I know what we're kind of trying to do is like a chess kind of gameplay mechanic where there's a lot of waiting, a lot of taking turns. In fact, that's exactly the name, turn-based RPG. But I could never really get into those. But this is the kind of turn-based RPG that I can get myself into, because I stay by the fact that I said before in my own personal life that there's always something for everyone. I'm never going to deny by saying that turn-based RPGs are well designed. They are well designed. They really are. It's just that when they're not for you, they're not for you. But there are those kind of games out there, like this one for example, and the other kind of games that I already explained, that is perfect for you. Like if I were to say that turn-based RPGs is nothing for you, that would be like me saying, I hate Western movies. You know, despite the fact that there might be one specific Western movie that's perfect for you. Also, I'm gonna talk about the music a little bit here, because the music is really, really good. The composer heart in my... is that... Okay, if you're the kind of person who watches this and you watch my channel for my music, you're probably gonna guess that I'm gonna talk about the music a lot, which I am. But there's one specific part in this game that I want to start off first and foremost. Oh, what have you found here? Oh, do not worry, I did not leave you. Oh, Oh, so she's a bit overprotective at first. Yeah, that's a thing about this character, that she's a little bit overprotective, which it reminds me of me and my little brother. I tend to be very overprotective by times. It's like, did you go out and take your reflexes with you when you're out in the dark? I don't want to go out and I don't want you to go out and just meet strangers, because that's the sort of thing that I don't want you to do. Now we're just gonna follow Toriel to her place, and the person who just... Yes, this is Toriel. Yeah, apparently she's gonna call you for... This is not gonna be the kind of... But anyway, yes? Okay. Be good? Yes, I am good. I'm trying to be good. I'm a good boy or a girl. Am I a girl or a boy? I don't know, I can't tell. But okay. Now, I'm gonna talk about some music. Listen to this piano piece. If you listen to the... Okay, I'm gonna talk a little bit later on. I wasn't really prepared for this. Okay. The whole gameplay mechanics of this whole thing is that, as I said before, exactly, you don't really show what... But anyway, if you listen to the piano piece in this music, listen... The first time I heard this, I was like, oh, wait a minute! This is the same piano I use for my FL Studio program and I use for my music! That's a sort of weird thing that I always go by, but whenever I recognize a sort of instrument, I just go, wait, wow, hold on, what is this? I recognize this. HP fully restored. All because I just went into the leaves. Just played around with the leaves because I'm a little boy, a girl, she-male or whatever you want to call it. Excuse me, human? Yeah, that we're still human. I was gonna say that too. If you act a certain way or fight until you almost defeat them, you mean like kill them? Like do I get to kill them? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because with the whole concept of you don't want anyone to die. Like when you saw the little bugger we just fought, the little bird, and he was basically depressed about the whole thing. Do you really want to kill him? I sure as hell don't. Oh, by the way, what's this? It says take a piece of candy. Yes. You took a piece of candy. Press C to open the menu. Okay, let's see what I just got myself, because I'm purely curious to see what it is. A monster candy. Okay. Monster candy. Heal 10 HP, has a distinct non-licorice flavor. That's perfect. That's wonderful in my books, because licorice is absolutely fucking disgusting.